Domestic pigs belong to the hoofed animals that you wouldn't really expect to perform feats in battle, right? Similarly, this bear thought that he found an easy prey, but was gravely mistaken. When the predator entered the pig's enclosure, it fiercely resisted, ramming, hitting, enduring the onslaught of the long claws and fierce jaws of the predator. Then a second pig entered the enclosure. Instead of panicking, it stood up for its fellow pig. The bear, unprepared for such a powerful attack, panicked and fled. Today we'll show you other cool cases where various hoofed animals prove they won't become an easy target for enemies. Hyena-like dogs leverage their numerical advantage to attack a saber-horned antelope. Despite the dogs not being exceptionally large or strong, they are intelligent, brave, fast, and capable of surrounding and overwhelming even a much larger opponent. However, this time they underestimated the hoofed animal they were dealing with. Unlike most other herbivores, the saber-horned antelope doesn't run from danger. Instead, it charges directly at the threat to brutally strike with its horns or knock the predators down. The tactic of surrounding the antelope failed, primarily because the antelope is in the water. It can retreat deeper at any moment, continuing its defense by standing on the bottom, where the dogs would have to swim. In this position, the predators couldn't successfully attack such a powerful animal without a solid surface for a jump. Additionally, the antelope has excellent defense. If surrounded, it can fend off an attacker from the front with its hooves and uses its horns to strike predators jumping on its back. Sharp tips are guaranteed to penetrate the dog's skin and definitely turn it into a sieve. When the antelope counterattacks and demonstrates its determination, the predators realize it's futile to fight such a beast. They begin to simply ignore the antelope, allowing the herbivore to stand calmly against the pack of dogs that could pose serious problems even for a seasoned lion. Apart from strength, speed, and auxiliary weapons like horns and hooves, herbivores have another weapon: the ability not to give up and seize any possible chance for survival. Two such cases were captured on camera when cheetahs caught different antelopes. The fastest predators on the planet chased, caught, and brought down the herbivores, surrounding them and preparing to finish them off. However, in both cases, a hyena appeared at the very last moment. It's not cooperation or a sudden burst of unexpected love from the scavenger towards the herbivore. The hyena simply wants to snatch the prey from the cheetahs. It aggressively attacks, but lacks patience. The cats didn't finish off the prey. Although the hyena, in both cases, sinks its terrifying teeth into the antelope's body, the herbivore takes advantage of the cheetahs, retreating from the formidable enemy. The antelope manages to stand up, overcoming the resistance of the massive hyena, and if necessary, the herbivore can even resist, drive it away, and then escape from the stunned cheetahs, too tired to start the chase once again. The hyena attacked the antelope suddenly and unexpectedly, managing to grab its neck, bite painfully, and injure the herbivore. But the hyena didn't know what it was dealing with. The antelope quickly threw off the enemy, a movement too fast for the camera to capture. The hyena is in shock, trying to resume the attack and pounce on the opponent again, but the brave antelope continues its fight, fending off the predator. Then the herbivore goes on the counterattack. Pretty impressive, isn't it? The hyena finally realizes it made the wrong choice of prey. Now, in fear, it retreats. Without overwhelming numerical advantage, the hyena has to dodge and run away from the enraged herbivore. A lioness attacked the antelope with long, sharp horns thinking she could pounce on the prey from behind and thus avoid a counterattack. The horns cover the neck from above and prevent attacking the throat. So the lioness wanted to immobilize the prey first and secure the hind legs of the herbivore. The lioness was wrong, thinking the main weapon of the enemy would not reach her. The predatory cat didn't expect such a barrage of strikes. The enraged antelope wasted no time trying to break free from the predator's claws. Instead, the herbivore delivered lightning-fast strikes from one side and then the other. The sharp tips of its horns hit various sensitive points all over the lioness's body, causing not only pain, but also preventing her from grabbing the back or injuring the hind legs of the herbivore. The fierce resistance took the predator by surprise, and she retreated. The antelope cleverly uses the opportunity and pressed against the long, tall shrub to protect its rear. The most astonishing part is that the calm and self-assured herbivore continued its meal. The antelope calmly observed the lioness, ready to deploy its horns again, even continuing to pluck leaves from the branches. Such composure is pretty admirable, isn't it? The lioness is disheartened. She just didn't expect such a disregard. It seems the antelope just swatted the predator away like a fly. Of course, it is possible that the antelope is simply coping with stress, but its behavior is still pretty impressive. Usually, predators pursue herbivores, but here, the zebra went against the norm. The hyena went on reconnaissance to study which zebras are in the herd. Are there weak individuals? Maybe a recently born foal? Or are there any wounded ones? Such hoofed animals will become targets for a future raid. However, even a lone hyena is capable of a bold attack if it feels confident. This predator doesn't use elegant tactics like suffocation, as lions do. The hyena will circle around the victim, swoop in, bite, and bounce back. And this continues until the prey loses strength, falls to the ground, exposing its throat to the fatal blow. The hyena's jaws are incredibly strong, and with accurate precision, the predator can even crush a zebra's leg. To prevent this entire herd begins to resist the enemy scout. Zebras drive the intruder away, pursue it, and push it back. They behave moderately aggressively, not accelerating for a swift attack, but showing readiness for a fight. Their goal is to demonstrate the strength and unity of the herd. Here, the striped herbivores are much more persistent. They practically taunt the hyena, leaving it no chance to escape, exerting maximum effort. The aggressive hoofed animals are much larger, and acting together, they won't give the lone hyena any chance of winning in a confrontation. And the zebras understand this. They relentlessly pursue the enemy, aiming not only to drive it out of the pasture, but to trample it into the ground. Which method to defend the interests of their kind do you find more effective? The maneuverable games of the first group or the aggressive onslaught of the second? Either way, the predator did not expect this. Instead of waiting for an attack, the enraged herbivore charges into battle first. It's supported by fellow zebras, forming a united front against the lone hyena. But the real star is the leading zebra, having a blast chasing the hyena as if it were a frightened, panicking puppy. The herbivore is approximately twice the size and weight. All that's left is to demonstrate that in terms of running speed, as well as aggression and cruelty, zebras don't really yield to these cunning scavengers. It seems like the zebra is handling the situation right. It threatens to trample the opponent, break its ribs, spine, and limbs. And if the zebra catches the hyena with its flat but huge and robust teeth, the predator is in for an unforgettable experience. The zebra's bite may not be capable of piercing the enemy's skin like a lion's fangs, but these living clamps literally crush tendons, tear muscles, and damage bones, while the predator's skin remains intact. No wonder the hyena is helpless against such pressure and flees. It truly has nothing to counter this experienced adversary. Now it's a lesson learned for the predator. It's not advisable to mess with this herd, whether alone or in a group. If you think a zebra would lose to a hyena one-on-one, then consider this. The angered herbivore not only drives the predator away, but genuinely tries to reach it with its teeth and hooves. And the zebra succeeds. It begins to trample the enemy, driving it into the grass with its powerful hooves.